Consciously, when I was about 17.
About 3 years ago that I decided to start experimenting a bit more, and I found out I liked women.
Probably when I was about 16, but I didn't fully accept it until I was 19.
But I should have known from like little toddler age, you know, year 3 maybe. About 17, we'll go with 17.
So, nice 3 years of trying to hide who I was. Or just denial, 3 years of denial.
So I technically never believed in monogamy.
Probably 16 years of denial, but definitely 3 years.
Monogamous relationships, but I don't have like monogamy for life, so I never believed in monogamy. But I didn't give it a name till about 3 years ago when I met someone who was polyamorous, and I realized, oh, that makes sense. So I'm going to start identifying myself as polyamorous.
I don't know. It's one of those unexplainable things that I've got a lot of friends who are men, but they just don't cut it. I don't know.
When I like people, I like the person, not necessarily either they're men or women. I like the person.
Their, and I mean this in a wide sense, but like their softness and their feminine aura, them being in touch with their emotions and having like deep conversations.
The je ne sais quoi.
And even if they're quite butch, like you have that kind of stability and support, but it's a really soft kind of support, you know. I'd probably say dating apps, but also on a night out, just because I'm a very like sociable person. So I feel like it's very 50-50, except for a dating app, I'm in more control of who I actually want to talk to. But in public, sometimes you just can't run from people.
I used to go on online dating sites to varying degrees of success.
I guess in many ways. I meet them through friends, I do a bit of online dating.
I used to meet women just at parties, and that's how I ended up dating a lot of straight women, until eventually I was like, I really need to meet some lesbians, and that's when I started going out to clubs more and online dating, because I just couldn't date another straight girl with a boyfriend.
I'm normally really oblivious.
I'm not good at seeing those signs, so it's always a bit of a guess.
I think you can tell. Body language. Sometimes it's as simple as I'm interested, but most of the time it's body language.
But some people are really obvious, like they'll be like touching you up on the shoulder, then the leg, and I'm like, okay, you started to sweat, and they're just so into you, just too into you.
Touching, where they touch, how they touch, you can tell.
When you're on a date, you can see if people are enjoying themselves or not. If they're enjoying the conversation, that probably means they're into you.
Whenever. I don't know. I think you probably have to have talked to them a bit.
When you feel it, it could be 10 minutes after meeting them, or it could be 10 weeks after meeting them. If it feels right, then you should go for it, because it's not a commitment. It's just a date. It's not marriage.
If it's online and you don't, yeah.
If we're talking about online dating, I'm keen on meeting sooner rather than later.
Whether or not that's online a bit or in person a bit, but I don't see why you can't just ask somebody on a date after you've spoken to them for quite a short amount of time.
As long as in the few messages that you start exchanging, they don't come out as like a psycho.
Yeah, if it's online and you don't know them, it's probably best to talk to them for a few days, just for a kind of safety point of view. But yeah.